Hey guys! Finally time for an unboxing of a game which is not D-Day Dice. Feel like I've done a few hundred of them. Probably it's just about 10 or something, but anyway, it feels nice to open another game. However, this is kind of related to D-Day Dice since it's created by the same guy who has created D-Day Dice, which is Emmanuel Aquin. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that correctly. It's published by Wordforge Games and it's also released now at the same time as D-Day Dice 2nd edition. So we're gonna have a look at this game. As you can see, it's quite a big box. To compare, for example, here we have the D-Day Dice expansion pack, and as you can see, this is quite thick as well. So I think there's a lot of stuff in here waiting to be discovered. So we have the back of the box here. Let's see if I can turn the light on. Give me an ugly glare. Hit the ground running. If this is something you want to read, I'll give you a moment and you can go ahead and pause the video and read it yourself. When Hitler built the Atlantic Wall, he forgot to install a roof. Make him regret it. So this is a cooperative game which can also be played in solitaire. It's a 1 to 4 player game. It takes 15 minutes, age 10 and up. It contains 244 cards, 64 locations including 40 event cards, 129 item cards, 16 special operations, 8 bunker commanders, 22 scenarios, 19 optional rule cards and 4 resource trackers. And this is how it looks on the sides. This is going to be one of those that's kind of difficult to open the first time. But there we go, wasn't too bad. So we can see our resource cards here. They definitely remind us of the D-Day Dice resource cards. And on the back it says how to make your resource card and when you make the resource card. It's not difficult if it's anything like the D-Day Dice resource cards. Ooh. So we have a bunch of tokens or cards or whatever they call them. So we have command cards, motorcycles, troop transports and panthers. And then we have different rooms here, engine rooms and so on. And bunker doors. So I'm guessing we're going to be storming a bunker. We even have a toilet down here. Complete with some messy German who didn't flush his pee-pee. We have more of these. Tent and Kettenkrad, a puma. More locations here and rooms. Quite a lot of rooms. You can see there is a bunch of rules on these. Can't fight here. You are 3+ against paratroopers here. In the end turn here, raise your health to 5. And we have more stuff here. That's quite a big ambulance. It's bigger than the Puma, bigger than the Panther even. And I mean, they look the same on the back here. You have the location. Location is different colors. You have a supply truck and sandbags. A Panzer. Kind of looks like a tiger to me. This Panzer. But I guess technically the tiger was called like Panzer or something. And those are for the resource cards. We have here it's a little bit different. It says wounded, incapacitated, weapon jam, and we have spotted here. And we have our rule book, which is quite thin, I would say. It seems like quite an easy game. We have our components here. Seems like quite an easy game. We have some basic rules here. Turn sequence. Victory and defeat. And then in the last pages here we have our advanced rules, which will give us secondary objectives, special operations, and so on. And then very small there we have, I've never seen so small for solitaire rules, but this is the solitaire rules section, and we might read that now since it's a solitaire channel. Airborne in your pocket can easily be played by a single player. In fact, many scenarios are designed for solo play. When playing solitaire, all the regular rules apply. Find explosives, enter the bunker, sabotage the gun platform with these differences. You will play with a full set of 16 locations, none are taken out. You only need to exit the bunker to win the game. Just end your turn on the bunker door and voila! In an advanced game, you must enter the game on your drop zone to win. You must end the game on your drop zone to win. Cool. So you have here in the optional rules as well, you have adjusting the difficulty level. You have the optional rules deck and bunker commanders. So that's kind of cool. So not a lot of rules, seems like an easy game, but you have a very thick reference book here in your pocket. So you have all your locations, secondary objectives, diamond set, whatever that means, more secondary objectives, hard sets. I mean that's gonna be the different cards then, I'm guessing. And you have more here, you have different items and so on. So I'm not really sure how much you'll use the reference book, but since it's so thick, I'm guessing you're going to be using it a lot, but not something I can promise. And here we have more of this. And here we have our figures. I think I'm going to go ahead and change these. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them, but for example, you could go ahead and take a figure out of this box. I haven't opened it. You have some nice World War II British paratroopers here. For example, I'm guessing this guy or this guy over here could be a little bit more thematic, because these, I don't know, they remind me of some Euro game or something. But I actually think they have a gun there. I think that's supposed to be a gun over there in their hand. Anyway, you get 4 figures, and these are again for your resource cards. And then of course you get a bunch of cards here. Alright, you know, I always, in my unboxing videos, I always show you all the cards. I'm gonna do this now too, but as you can see, it's gonna take some time. But this is the last stuff that's in the box, so if you're not interested to see every individual card, you can go ahead and move on to the next video. But I'm going to show you all of these cards. We have some item cards here and special operative cards. Do you like what you see? Let's see if I can get this open. I have to use my trusted Walter knife. Okay, so this is just some kind of commercial. Do you like what you see? It's produced to use images from deactivatedguns.co.uk. So basically this is a website where you can go in and buy some cool World War II deactivated guns. Unfortunately for me, I'm living in Sweden and deactivated guns are not allowed. It's actually harder to get a license for a deactivated gun than it is to get a license for a real gun. I do have some nice pistols. I have a Glock and I have a 1911 pistol 45 ACP. But I'm not going to go through the trouble. But you guys who are living in the UK, oh, I would definitely get myself a M1 Garand, even if it's deactivated. It's such a beautiful gun. Anyway, enough about that. So we have a bunch of big cards here, and let's start with our special operative. And again, I'm just going to shuffle through them. You have to pause the video if you want to read it closely. We have a commando, downed pilot. You can see there's different nations of them. A driver, engineer, glider trooper, mechanic, mixed unit, pistol expert, professional, assistant, screaming eagle, scrounger, SOE agent, tactician, weapon specialist, and a West Pointer. And then we have a bunch of scenarios. So you can see here, this is actually, it says solo there, so I'm guessing it's used for solo, yeah. So that's going to be the number of players. So yeah, here we have a solo mission, Crispback battery. And you have a starting weapon and some other stuff which you need to know. Jailbreak, a 1 to 4 player mission. The Flag Tower, which is a solo mission. The Foo Bar mission, for those who doesn't know, that's not German. It's fucked up. I think it's fucked up beyond any repair, or up beyond any recognition. That's the only time I'm gonna curse on this channel. It made me do it. Also a solo mission. Gold Beach, the car thief, solo. Gold Beach, the 2 bunkers, also solo. The Great Escape, also solo. Seems like it's a lot of solo missions. Almost seems like there's more solo missions than there's co-op missions. Juno Beach, Turn the Guns, 1 to 4 players. The Lost Padre, The Lost Father, 1 to 2 players. Medic, solo. Merville Batterie, solo. Mutiny in the Bunker, solo. Feldjägerkorps. Omaha Beach First Wave, oh that's cool, solo. And I think that's the icon for the army that landed on Omaha. I don't think those are airborne, so I'm guessing not all the missions are airborne. Operation Guff, 1 to 4 players. Operation Versity, solo. Point to Hawk, Scavenger Hunt, 1 to 4 players. Raiding Party, 1 to 4 players. The Spy Who Shot Me, solo. The Supply Depot, 1 to 4 players. Sword Beach, Mines and Snipers, 1 to 4 players. Sword Beach, Rivabella Casino, 2 players. And the last one, Todd Battery, 2 players. So I'm guessing these 2-player missions, I mean, since these say 1 to 4, I'm guessing they are playable solo, but this one that says specifically 2, they don't say 1 to 2. I'm guessing you can't solo them with the rules that come with the game, but I mean, as every 2-player game, you can solo them 2-handed, but that's not something I do personally, so... But we'll see. I'll do a playthrough of this video, and I will do that soon. I think this is the next one I'm going to learn, and we'll make sure to find out. So we have our bunker commanders. Nice big cards. Fallschirmjäger, Guardian, Kriegsmarine, Panzergrenadier, Paranoid. Here they actually chose to go with the denazified versions. In the Badges expansion for D-Day Dice from the same publisher, they had the swastikas, I think. These are the denazified versions. Trader, and trapper. And then over here we have quite a lot of event cards. So almost all of the other cards are event cards. Piece of beef jerky. You have stomach pains, maybe from the jerky. Dog barks in the distance. I'm looking forward to learning this game. Seems like there's, I mean, like I said, it seems like quite a simple game to learn, but seems like once you get in it, you can add some rules and some stuff and really make this game become quite deep. Four SS soldiers yell at you. How horrible. Alright, so those are the event cards. And then you get some cards here, 4 cards for rules summary. So that's also on the back. You have some stuff. And I think they're all the same actually. Let's see. Yeah, they're all the same. So basically, if you play solo, you're just gonna... I was worried first, like, wow, they need 4 cards for the rule summary. But it's just 1 card, so this is it. And then you have extra cards if you're playing with more players, obviously. Since it's a solo / co-op game. And then you have 4 cards, secondary objective, and that's the same also. It's just 1 card per person. So here you can see your rewards. Okay, so that's all of the big cards. We still have 2 big decks of these small cards. So these are quite a lot of item cards. Then we have some optional rule cards. More item cards. We have a point man, 2 point man here. In combat, take more damage than others. It says the same on the back. Then we have quite a lot of optional rules here to play with. Again, I'll show them. You can pause the video if you want to read them, because I'm not going to read them all. You can see some of them have the optional rules and then a hard-boiled version. I'm not sure what's up with my camera today. Doesn't seem like it wants to focus. And then you have advanced rules here for the optional rules. It's kind of funny. Alright. Let's open this up before we check out the items, because there's going to be more items in this one, I see. So we have, let's see, I think they're all items. Yeah, they are all items. And we have one more stack here, so you can see these are the item cards of this game. So definitely I would say items play a big part of it. I'm gonna have to divide them, or I'm gonna drop them. Some of them are, you know, like this one we saw right now, is more of them. Like the M1, we can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 M1s, so I'm just going to divide them up. Skip ahead. I mean, you don't need to see 4 of the same card. That's the pistol I have in my locker. Lovely little pistol. Quite a lot of different guns here that you can use. Quite amphetamines. But that's the real German amphetamines during World War II, Pervitin. I think you've seen these before. Some of them seem to be mixed up. Perhaps I did that mistake. Alright, so we got one final stack here of items. It's kind of hard to hold them, they're so small. Gasoline we looked at, this one we looked at, this is a new one. That looks badass. Oh, I was afraid of doing that. So that's all of the the cards of the game, all the stuff you get in the game. So you get a bunch of these small cards, a big deck of big cards. On top of that, you do get your resource cards, you get your unit markers, a thick reference book, a rule book. All of these, this little, I don't know what you would call them, like a counter, or I'm not sure what it is in English, a little map. And then these, I think they're really nice looking, these resource cards. Alright, so that's what you get in Airborne in your pocket. Looking forward to learning how to play this game. Gotta do one more unboxing video today, and it's gonna be Inside the Bunker, which is an expansion for both D-Day Dice 2nd edition and Airborne in your pocket. In fact, it requires both of those expansions to play. Quite cool. So stay tuned, please do subscribe, and have a good day.